Hello, how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. My name's IceGrenade, and yeah, we're going to be continue working on the app. How you all doing? Welcome. I'm just getting the microphone fixed. Microphone looks a bit bugged up. Every time I start my PC, it either works or it decides to change the profile of the microphone. Fun. Yes, let me change my camera. I'll set up nice and kind of thing on the camera. Let me get to the They're going to be painting some trees today. That's the plan. There we go. Okay. How's everyone doing today? We doing alright? Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we're about. What are we doing? We had some placeholder trees, some prop trees, which did the job. You know, did the job. Let me show you. See, all the trees look like that, which was good. But our artist team has brought in a whole load of trees, so I'll replace them. But the issue is, you see, they're all exactly the same height, exactly two perfectly aligned, not rotated, and all of that. So what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of all the trees, and we're going to repaint them. But we're going to first set up a profile so that we are going to first. So let's do select all and then just. I know it looks scary. Deleted everything. But fear not. Yeah, we're working on a profile here. So let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of trees set up. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 2 twos. All right, let me set one of them to a 1. I need to check it out. Good. Okay, let me go to content browser. Let me just get rid of that. So yeah, let me select one. Yeah, I can just go like that and like this one in here. That looks better. Cool. So we've got them all selected right now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open them via the property matrix. Reopen it real quick. So we can see how these are set up. Cool. So these have all got random scale. I gave them plus and minus 10%. I also want to set up some random rotation as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work with one of these right now, and we're going to paint trees there. We can see what that looks like. The 10%, you know, at the moment, I'm going to increase that brush size for a second. They're not really super spread. In fact, you know what? I'm going to activate all of them. The reason they're kind of spread out is because I'm working with a whole bunch of trees, and I don't want them to be too close together. Might want some different things. Yeah, at the moment they are kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna plant on a side of a mountain. I don't want that, and they're not. They're too yeah, a little bit too spread out. I think from here it's probably okay actually. Okay, but let's fix the fact that they're planting on the side. So, like, this is what the ground slope angle is all about. So if I change that to 10 and save that, and we can actually delete those. And now if I paint this, didn't do anything, did it? Didn't do anything. Let me undo that real quick. Save. And I'm just going to check again. Reopen the old property matrix. Oh, it looks like it only applied to one of them. Yeah. So I can just reset and then put 10 in. And that should have applied to all of them. Yeah, that's why. That explains it. So we'll try that again. And it shouldn't paint along the edge. See, that is not painting them sideways, like on the side of a cliff. That's good. I'm doing anything over some, man. The town looks cool. Thank you. We've got the basic layout down so far. Now I need to work on the population for the trees. You know, what's the likelihood we want the little ones to spawn versus the big ones? Perhaps we want to scale that down a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a copy of each tree into the scene so we can see what we're working with. So we've got a tree 1, a tree 2, tree 3, tree 4, tree 5, tree 6, tree 7, tree 8, tree 9, and tree 10 before we've got the tree. So I think we probably want a medium between tree 3 and tree 9. So tree 3, I think we can let it go smaller. And in fact, maybe tree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tree 3 and 6 will let go a lot smaller. So if I grab 3 and 6, I can set the minimum size, and I can actually go all the way down to 0.5. What that means is this tree and this tree have the chance of spawning at 0.5, which is going to be that size. So let's just see how that looks. I think that's pretty good because there's a few more options. Yeah, if I put that over here next to these other ones, we now have a more diverse landscape for those sort of trees, and it'll be everything in between as well. So it's pretty good. Yubi Chang, I recognize that. How we doing? What's up? I think that's pretty good. There are all sorts of other meshes we may want to include. Come up with some smarter rules, but for now, I think that's what we want it to do on the tin. So let me see. Scaling uniform, yeah, we want to do that. Got instance mode, radius. That's the adjustment. The offset. I gave them a negative offset so they actually plant in the floor. And then random pitch angle. If I put in 90, what does that translate to? Yeah, we're gonna have some drunk trees, bro. We definitely don't want drunk trees. So I'm gonna undo that. And that's the random pitch angle. If I put like, if we leave it at 0, then every tree is going to grow up perfectly straight. And I mean, trees just don't grow like that. I mean, sometimes, some places they do. But around here, they have a little bit of a difference to them. You know, they might have had some, the weather, the wind, or something impact them that makes them grow slightly angled. So if I put like a 5%, for example, randomness, that allows them to have a little bit of a sway to them, have a little bit of a bend. Nothing crazy though, kind of a bit more contained. It looks a little bit more natural when I look at it. So I'm going to go with that. And then what other options have we got here? By the way, I know nothing about foliage. I am just winging it. I'm a level designer. This is typically an environment artist task. So you'll find though, if you do level design, it depends on the size of the studio or the project that you're working on, which will declare like whether you do much like environment work or not. So yeah, usually the bigger the studio you're working with, the more specific to level design your role would be. But in a smaller studio and a smaller team, you're probably going to be doing more environment art work as a level designer. So we are kind of blending over to the art world here, which is not something I'm super like skilled on, but I'm giving it a go. Right. So I'm looking here. I want to see what we got. We got the placement, random yaw. Yeah, we got that. Inclusion landscape. Pretty good. Just paint it on the. I wonder if I do that. It's going to be like. Allow me to like paint it. I'll leave that for now. It's pretty good. I probably just need to work on the density a little bit. So let me see. I'm gonna give it a good paint. Give it a moment to get everything, and it is a little bit fast. So what I would probably do is scale them all up a little bit. So the density here, yeah, this is the density. So how many is it placing per kilometer square? 2. Let's try putting that to 10. That's for every single one of these. So see what that looks like. So we're going to paint like this and just have a quick look. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It looks a lot better already. It's quite dense. Quite dense. I'm going to do some stats on my screen here. So I'm going to do stat. See. And then, is there a stat for? That's not what I'm after. Not stat RHI. For the stat. Goes drawn. We got 500,000. I get rid of these. Got 500,000. I am also going to run that FPS as well. So bear in mind, I am streaming, and when I'm streaming, it's going to heavily affect me. And I'm working in in epic mode, and it's on a separate monitor, which seems to bug out the OBS. But when I'm playing and it's windowed, borderless, or full screen, and it's standalone, the FPS will be a lot more. All that for now. I'm just using it as a measuring tool to see if see what it looks like in terms of its stress in my system. So it actually looks really good. Okay, I think we can kind of go to town with it. All right, we just probably want to change a few more factors, but let's have a look real quick. A few things. So one thing is we put a max angle, right? I wonder if you can do this. I wonder if you can select all and then can you modify the stats from here? I'm kind of wondering if I can edit their rotation. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is the landscape's not very flat in places. So if I want more coverage, I need to flatten the landscape in places. But instead of doing that, I'm wondering if I can adjust the profile, paint on more of an angle, but keep the trees straight. So the line max. Let me put 90 there. I just want to see what that does. Now if I set the ground slope angle to 50, I go like that. It's not really bending them up. What I was trying to do there. So I've got to figure out how that works. I'm going to put 180. Not really bending up. Okay, let me see. I don't know. I don't think it's the align max angle. Maximum angle in degrees that foliage is to be adjusted away from the vertical. 0. No, it's still planting sideways. Kind of that. Don't want it placing out like that. I might check that real quick on I'm gonna do a radical change in music. So the okay, in Unreal, how to set up foliage so it always points upwards even on slopes. Take the align to normal setting. Align to normal. Done that. I'm gonna put 90 and minus 90. Not doing it. Okay. Line max angle. 90. Not quite doing it. I know what I'm trying to do. I'm failing. No. I might jump in one of the Discords, see if I can get a handle. Hello. Okay, visit. Hello, hello.
Oh.
Do you know foliage at all?
Wait, I gotta turn down my music.
How well do you know foliage?
How do you mean?
I'm trying to set up the foliage type so that the trees point upwards, even if I paint them on the side of a landscape, like on an angle.
You're cutting out really bad.
Crap.
Hello?
I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, you sound clearer now. You're gonna have to repeat because you were coming in and out.
Is that any better now?
It's
Oh.
like you speak and then it fades out. I can't hear the last thing you say.
Okay, let me try to fix that. Okay. Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, now
that
it's
should be
not
better.
doing it. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know how well you know foliage, but I'm trying to paint trees on the side of a landscape on an angle and keep the trees sort of facing upwards.
Yeah.
But I'm failing. They keep pointing out sideways. So I don't know what I'm getting wrong.
What's that called again?
So align to normal or something.
Foliage. Are you using like the tool? You just paint it?
Yeah. So I'm using the landscape tool, and when I paint,
I thought there's an option.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, just failing at the minute, so I've tried a few different things.
Go to the tool.
Sure. Go on the tool.
Oh, what the hell? Everything's on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually use
click
2 monitors.
on the tree or whatever one you got selected there.
Yeah.
And then scroll down.
Yeah.
There should be options in there to align to, or not align to surface, but there's an option to keep them upright, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there, if I remember, it's in
Yeah, this
there.
is where I'm looking right now. So that's what this is. This is just a property matrix for all of them.
For fuck's sakes, okay. I don't know then.
But there's a ground slope angle, which is the ability to paint on the side.
Yeah.
And then
how do you keep that upright again? I know there's an option.
I know. I'm just losing it. But yeah.
I know it's something, a little checkbox. Or something. You can keep the angles within a clamped angle, like range. Fuck, I can't remember.
I think it's these ones, but oh my god, I've done it. Wait, what the
There
hell?
you go.
But dude, I aligned to normal.
There you
Do
go. That's
you
the
know what?
checkbox.
I think it's that's the first thing I said when I came in here. I think it's that. But oh, it is that. Okay, I think the random yaw breaks that setting. So when I enable that, I think that breaks that setting. Yeah. Wait. Or is it the negative? So I need to do the opposite. Yeah, okay, so it's a negative. Okay, so the normal. Okay, so it's the opposite of what I thought. I thought the align. Okay, yeah, no, so I need the opposite of that. Okay. All right, I was losing my mind, but thank you for holding my hand as I bashed
Yeah.
my head against the screen. How you doing today? You all
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a controlled descent with my helicopter.
Nice.
So, if the engine dies, I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, yeah, I'll check back in at some other time and see how you're getting on. But I'm gonna go focus. But yeah, I appreciate that. Take it easy, man.
Yeah, you too.
Peace.
See ya.
Legend. Yeah, Gunnable's there. He's working on a cool helicopter asset pack for people so that out of the box they can make a helicopter game, which is really cool. Yeah, how it is, Tommy Assassin? Good to see you, buddy up out. Okay, so obviously I don't want to paint on the rock, but let's get an idea of what that looks like. Oh, yeah, looking good. Looking good. So you can do some cool stuff where you change what spawns, like how high up. So I'm gonna do that. Here we're getting crazy with this. So I only want the small ones to spawn up on the top. So maybe like 3, and then 9 and 10 to spawn up there. So how do we do that? So what we do is we go here to the it does say here somewhere. It's like max height or something. Right, I know these settings exist, but it's figuring out what buttons is what that I'm pretty good. Oh yeah, here, height. So, how do I know where I want to spawn the little ones? So, anything are sort of above this sort of level, I'm thinking only, only spawn the trees. So, basically, what you can do is you can grab another actor where you want that tree to only spawn up there, and I think it's probably like this height, So I've now put a little actor there, and I can look on the Z height and just copy the Z height. So I can get rid of that actor now, and then I can go to it was 9 and 10, right, and maybe 3 as well. So everything except for 9, 10, and 3. We want to put that max height in of 7,310. What does that mean? That means that when I'm painting, I can just paint without thinking and go all the way up here, and it's only going to paint the little ones, like up here, basically. It's not going to paint the giant ones. Although you look like a giant one. You might be the 3 one. With some high scaling. Yeah, I think it's the 3 with the high scaling. But that's better, like, because typically the trees don't grow as dense the further they go up. So I just wanted a little bit of that in this game. You know, I'm not a tree person, so I don't know that much about trees, but what I do know about trees, I'm gonna apply to this game. Yeah. Yeah, woo! How we doing, Stubby? You doing right, man? Good to see you. What's Mississippi like at the moment? I am not staying in the loop. I've not stayed in the loop with what's happening everywhere. I just know that in a lot of places in the States, there's extreme weather where there usually isn't. So I hope. I think I read something about Mississippi, but just wanted to check in, see if you are good. So a little bit, one of the issues here is how they're like crowding over the top of one another. So, and it's something I need to fix. So first thing is, we want to plant their height a little bit lower. So placement Z offset. Oh yeah, that was me testing something. Yeah, we do minus 20 and then minus 10, I think. So do a little bit of randomness there. Yeah, and then I think we'll do their radius. So what is the radius? That is going to be, I believe, that is like a don't spawn something next to me thing. So if I look at this tree, we can calculate how big it is. This tree is 500 wide. So, you know, a tree could, like, how close do we want a tree to potentially spawn next to it? You know, do you not want the branches touching at all? Like, that might be too far apart. So it's probably going to be like, probably like that is the absolute closest that I would want them to spawn between each other. So I can actually, what I can do is I can work out that distance to there, which is 345, and then multiply it. Or is that the distance? Hang on. That's radius, not diameter. So yeah, that's that distance there. 335. So I want to set that to 335. Except I want to set it higher on bigger trees and lower on smaller trees. So let me look at the smaller tree right quick and see what that would look like. So that's like 150. So I need to scale between 350 and 150 to get like an accurate kind of example. Wait, what is going on here? Display settings? I can get that stupid thing on my screen. Oh yeah, there we go. We're good now. Peakstone. Wait, I know this guy. I'm back from my run now. Back to work. Wait, so you actually can add multiple meshes into one foliage type? No, you can just paint multiple at the same time. But I'm setting them up as a in a property matrix so that they share the same settings so that they work as a group. So at the moment I'm just refining that because they're spawning too close to each other because their radiuses aren't correct. So that's what we're doing here. Right, so that is number. But yeah, did you have a good run? So yeah, if anyone wants to see more technical, more awesome content on this game, Peakstone in chat. He's on multiple platforms, the purple one as well, mainly probably. And he's probably going to come back and do some more coding animation, coding coolness, and all sorts of other things for this game. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Right, so yeah, I think 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 should have like 350. Or maybe, okay, what is that one? 8. Okay, 8 is going to have 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 have about 300. So 1, is it 3? No, 1, 4, 5, and 6 have about 300. And then 2, 3 have probably like 250. At some point, I'm going to want to come back and change all of this to add in bushes and mushrooms and all sorts of stuff. Welcome back. So the little ones here, I think were like 150, right? So I'll put those at 150. And if I quickly check all of these, just run through. They all got set except for 7. What is 7? For this one here, 7 should be the same as 6, really. It was just 300. Okay, we've got 300. Okay, so if I check it now, I definitely saved that, yeah. When I paint, it should paint them a bit more naturally, although these are right next to each other, so that's a skill issue. I messed up something there. Yeah, let me paint a little bit more, get a general read on this. So what are we looking like? Obviously, I think they're planting well, so they're planting well, although no, this one here is the little sneaky one. Okay, so I think we still need to go down, probably like, if we're going to have such an angle, we want to go down just a little bit more, potentially. So maybe down 25. So let me have a look at that real quick. Just deselect, and then go back here. So the max Z offset, I'm gonna put it to the 20. I think it's, minus 25 is calling to me. I'm just gonna go with it. That does mean that some may be changed from minus 10 to minus 25 now. If that tree we looked at was a minus 10, then it might be overkill now. But we can just paint on the side of the rock to look at it. We're not going to want the trees growing out of the rock, so I need a rule probably on the landscape material to avoid that. That sort of thing there is really unfortunate because the landscape's almost vertical there. I almost shouldn't like paint on that. That would probably need like a manual instance cleanup there. But the more time you put into setting up your foliage tool or like settings, the less time you will spend doing any cleanup. So yeah, I quite like the density here, and it seems to have some sort of natural rules on, you know, not painting on such like massive angles. It's quite good. It's quite good. So I can go a bit crazy here with the scale just to get an idea of what it might look like. Obviously I'm gonna spend a bit more time doing it carefully, but I just wanted to have a look at, oh my god, painting in the rivers. Just have a look at what the density looks like, so I can adjust that now. You can also like set up multiple types that have different height densities, so you have it when you paint, it automatically thins out. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I'd probably free up some of this so it's not like so crazy on there, but I quite like that. I quite like how that's looking. I might want to make the landscape a little bit less flat in places. Oh, and that affects is so bad. These are just placeholder just to like say that we need smoke here, but they're so annoying and flying in the way that I'm just going to get rid of them. Let me check that out. Yeah. Cool. I thought it was an issue with the tree material there. We do need to do something with the shadow there on the trees. Right, fake that. Do something interesting there. But ignoring that, and just looking at the composition of the trees, I like it. I like it. You got the rock breaking through. They are quite big trees. That's okay. I think the density is pretty good. There are still some issues with the with painting them. They're getting a bit too close, and I'm probably setting that up wrong. I swear in Unreal 4 you could set up foliage groups that allowed you to avoid them painting to each other. Yeah, these settings should work well. Okay, let me have a look. Density adjustment factor. Okay. I'm wondering if that option there helps, like, paint stuff a little bit more, avoiding other entities. I'm just going to clean up a little bit there, and just paint a bit down here. We still got some places where there's a lot of trees. I mean, it's not too far-fetched, to be honest. Like, real trees do sometimes grow side by side, so that is kind of like a intentional bug, right? You know, it's fine. So, let me see. Let's have a look at the settings here. So, how we doing, Ivo? What's up, man? Yeah, we've got the Z offset, that's good. Average, normal. I want to play with that setting real quick and see what that is like. So, I mean, there's probably nothing better than a big side of a sphere to test something like this as well. Yeah, there's so much better bedded with that -25. You know, there's a little bit of a kick out there, but the demographic we're going for on this game, like these little details aren't going to matter. Like the player base, they're not going to care about those little details so much. So yeah, you see how that thins out at the top, and like there's only the little one spawning. Like the high altitude, they're not getting enough water up there or something, or it's too windy. Yeah, that works quite well. If anything, it needs an in-between layer, so like maybe these big ones stop spawning a little bit lower than that amount. So that's probably a good thing to consider. So what is the big one called? Well, it's 1 and it's 1 and 8, I think. 1 and 8. So on 1 and 8, I need to pick the max height. So I'm going to put that as like 6,500. Then if we go down to 8 here, put that as 6,500. So what that's going to do is it going to stop the really big trees from spawning as high up. So now if I paint it like this, yeah, it's a little bit better of a feather edge. So new game looking good. Cheers, Poop. It's a joint effort, man. There's the other guys are putting in some cool effort, you know, putting in some cool work. I mean, not effort. They're putting in effort, but I won't say work. Putting cool work in. Our player cap is just broken at the moment, so if I try and play this, it's basically Ant Simulator. So, yeah, I can show you. It's quite funny, actually. Oh. Welcome to the valley. You are the ants, and you have one journey But to make it to the lost food, you are really fast, Ant, though. No, we're not making Ant Simulator. This is a bug. And it will be fixed soon. Woohoo! Like Micro Racers or whatever that game was. Whoop. 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 Getting a little bit distracted. But I'm enjoying this. I've not actually gone around the I like this ant game. Whoa! Whee! Oh, I failed. No! Don't do it! Blub blub blub. He's dead. Drowned Ant. Drowned Ant Simulator. Buy it now on Steam. $5.99. Good price. To be honest, how the game is right now, there are worse games on Steam, so I like this ant game. Long live the king. It'll be a funny mod, like, or game mode. You're just the ant. Oh, look at the train. Spoilers. I'm an ant driving a car. I made more of the barrier a breakable. Anywho, getting distracted. Back to the task. Improving our foliage setup. It's pretty good so far. Pretty good so far. I think I want to. Well, I got an option. Either I can manually paint around the rock right now, or we can set up the landscape. So I can just paint everywhere, and then it will clean up and stop painting on the rock so much. So I think the rock is based on the angle. So if we change the angle, then it might just stop painting on the rock anyway. But I think there are certain other rules. It's not just angle, right? I don't know. Let me change the maxed angle on all of these. I'm going to change it to 35. And we're going to just see what that looks like. So, yeah, I think that might be it, bro. Is it? It's just angle. Okay, so yeah, this is it not painting on the rock, but it's actually not getting as close to the edge as the material does. So I think we can twist it a little bit more. I think we can do let's try 40 and see what 40 looks like. I should look at the landscape angle. You can also draw the rock anyway. Yeah, I think the thing is, if we draw the rock, then you know, it'd be quite good to have those rules. Like here, it's not too bad. Like to me, that's okay if it's growing out of the rock, because sometimes trees grow out of rocks anyway. But it should be more like a majority thing, in my opinion. So that's pretty good. I kind of like what I'm weighing up here is I kind of want trees to be able to grow everywhere, but where they should naturally. And then also I don't want them growing everywhere because it doesn't look natural, like them growing out the side of the rock everywhere. So I'm trying to balance it a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So I might be able to just get away with painting on this and then cleaning up random singular instances of it. But yeah, let me paint the landscape a little bit. I might want to do a little bit more sculpting of the landscape before I paint right here, because once I paint, the foliage won't, I believe it won't delete and like appear based on my landscape sculpting. So you should really do like the landscape sculpting first and then do the paint, because it will move with the height, but it won't delete and add, so it'll be better. If I literally paint now, it might be like growing out of the rocks a little bit. I think I painted the out there, but yeah, anyways. Oh, I don't think I've cleaned up the previous paint, so let me put this to like the magic god eraser and just kill everything off. Okay. do a cheeky select all just so we can see where it is. That looks good. So it's just this corner. That's perfect. Then I'm going to bring it down and we're going to start painting. Yeah. Oh, deselect. There we go. So, yeah. Landscape wise, let's have a look. Yeah, I have been painting the rock in some places. I think I'll do a little bit here. Okay. I think I need to adjust that strength a little bit. Reduce and flatten. See that train a little bit. Cool. I need to give the train a little bit of room there. That's good. Well, I kind of like the little left bit of ridge over there. So maybe make this look a little bit less uniformed on the top. Get rid of that. Do a little. That looks better. The only like thing that I'm not keen on, I might need to lower this like tunnel so it looks like it goes underneath all the rock. I like the valleyness of the two sides being a bit taller. I might want to increase this a little bit. See what that looks like. Pretty cool. Yeah, there is a bit of erosion going on here, but okay, I think just getting the height in that I want. Peak. So I wonder. So it came up with a name for the town, but the last name in that name being Valley. I wonder if we call it Peaks instead of Valley because there's a lot more peaks than there is. It being, but it is a valley, so I don't know. I quite like the term valley, but yeah. If there are a lot of peaks, it's also not a bad idea. Oh yeah, what happened there? Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking we can make this look like it's cut. Through the landscape there. Also kind of like the idea of the train kind of like poking, going away and then poking out a little bit. So it's like spotting the train for a second. And grab the spline. Spline. Sploon. Don't know how I remember that. I don't know if we want this train crossing. Yeah, I guess that's right. This does follow my block out. Obviously my block out might be a bit wrong. Needs even higher mountain round. Yeah, I mean in the Vista we could have, you know, could have some stuff like that. There is a bigger mountain in the Vista over there already, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if we had some snow on the top of this mountain and then the distance had like a deserty looking one in the distance, it could be like, it could be the breadcrumbing to like DLC, like thematic, like DLC, like seasonally thematic DLC. Looks like there's a snowy area over there. Wonder if we can go there. Yes, you can, if you know, if the game doesn't flop and we're able to afford to keep working on it, then yes, you can. You know, I think we're all on the same page of want to make this game do everything we can to try and make an amazing game and hope that it's a success so that we can work on more. And yeah, man, that's the dream. Keep making cool stuff. That's quite an angle there. Pretty alright. Oh, I'm pressing. Oh, I'm holding shift. You idiot! That's not how you do it. You hold control. Okay. Oh, I'm moving it all up. Do you know what I should do? I should move the landscape down. Although, what does it look like from here? I quite like it being a bit close. Like, what would it look like if the whole thing was like up there? Oh, let me undo that real quick. Is it just trying to generate when I've moved all that up? No. It's a roller coaster train. No, ignore this. I'm just trying to get a feeling for like what the train would look like or feel like if it was that high. Give it a loop the loop. Oh, dude, yes, we need to do that. Okay. I'm just trying to picture what it's like here. I think it could be, you know, it's not out of the remit of this game. I'm just wondering if we want the trains to, if it's low down, it kind of cuts the vista visual. Like if it's down here, it cuts the vista visual. So your brain ends up focusing on the train track. If it's up there, it doesn't cut the visual, the vista. So your visual is the mountain. Except if we do higher mountains. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Just put the mountain up here. Oh no, need to move the train up again. Well, we could go and put the train, go in an underwater tunnel, you know. No, I snowboard DLC. Oh, if only we knew someone who had experience making snowboarding mechanics. No, I guess it's too too far fetched. But yeah, we could have a slight incline from here so that it starts going up a bit. I don't know anyone either. Go buy Snoke Clashers now. It's on Steam. It's like if Mario Kart and 1080 and think of a good game with animals in it had a baby. It's the perfect hybrid of chaos. But yeah, no, snowboarding would be cool. I don't know how that fits into the job stuff, but maybe maybe we figure it out. I'm getting too fiddly here. I do need to go. I promised my wife I'd go for a walk at 2:30, and it's now 2:36. So I'm a bad husband. Naughty. I am saying that in a joking way, but I am being serious. I do need to go, unfortunately. I do want to... I wanted to keep working on this a bit longer, but... Oh, time goes so fast when you're having fun. Making games is fun. I think of a bit of an incline is kind of quite cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It looks more like a viaduct than... Oh no, viaducts don't curve. The actual train bed is flat on a viaduct. Yeah, it needs some adjustment, but essentially I was thinking of it going around here and then poking its head back up and then heading off. We kind of joked about linking it up as a big loop, so it'd feel like a toy train set, just going round and round and round. But that is possible. Do I need to click construct railway after I've done obtain pillar heights? I do. Okay, cool. Oh! This is for the... Interesting. I didn't know that. You didn't know what? Well, the construct railway button. I've said a lot of things, so I've lost the context, and it's me being me. The density is good. I kind of want to put it in like haphazardly and then test it in game in multiplayer, see what it feels like, and then come back at it and actually clean it up and make it look nice. Because if I make it look nice right now, there's also I still need to sculpt the landscape a bit. If I make it look nice right now, then you know, and then we refine the all the smaller stuff like bushes and little shrubs and like flowers and stuff, then I might want to include that in the ingredients for this photo type. But right now it's better than it was, and this will do as like a temporary thing, and I'll clean it up later, and gives us something to try out. You know how it is here. I need to make that landscape. Because there's a big factory here. We're thinking of putting loads of dead trees near the factory as well. So it's not like... It looks like it's like fucked up a bit. Yeah, this will do for a very, 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 I guess, cheap pass on the foliage for now. And yeah, we'll come back. Come back and get her. Well, I'm glad I've got the foliage profile set up a lot better. A few more tweaks and it'll be pretty good. So it is just it's a bit dense in places. There's not enough variance. So a little bit of adjustment needed. Okay, for a very quick pass, I think this will do donkey. And then, yeah, like I say, I'll come back, clean up the landscape a bit more, make a slightly better profile, a little bit more going on, then I'll do a proper foliage pass. But for a quick hour pass, yeah, that's what I wanted to do there. Have the train poke through the vista bit. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's that. That's the thing. That's what I was doing. The thing of the things for in that things. Yeah, exactamon. Well, I don't know about them being like that. Right, some of the roads might be covered by trees. Case in point. But it's temporary. Right, I'm going to go for my walk and I'll be back later to work on this. Probably not streaming though. Next stream Monday after work. So thank you guys for tuning in, for watching, and yeah, let me know if you're watching this back as a VOD. What sort of foliage stuff have you ever done in the game, or is this new to you? Unreal's got pretty cool foliage tools. When you learn all the little intricacies, it makes painting landscapes and painting forests like really enjoyable. So. I wanted to paint a tree on that. Just the one? Oh. Okay. That is, yeah, fine. Right, I'm getting carried away. This is a temporary pass. I'm done. Right. See you later. Thanks for the good walk. Thanks, Ivo. Cheers, Peak Zone. Love Eyes. Hello. Is the game supposed to be chaotic, having the train tracks that like a roller coaster would fit the vibe and be cool? The game's going to have a lot of chaos to it, yeah. Like I say, yeah, having it like a roller coaster actually wouldn't be completely out of the lore and the whole vibe. So it's a little bit is like I kind of want it to look on the surface like a perfect town, but I think we can stretch the rules if fun overweighs reality, you know, in the lore. But Yes, right. Save and one unsaved file. That's fine. Save and submit. So yes. Quick little checkaroonie. All good. Yep. Revert. Yeah, it's all good. Submit. Trees, glorious trees. Change the tree recipe. Temporary replacement. More landscaping needed. Trees. Right, there we go. Beautiful. We have trees, ladies and gentlemen. Finally returned to the forest to which I became where I belong as an ant. This is the last time you'll see me as an ant that we know of. This might be the very last time. Yeah. Ant simulator. That probably already exists. Ant reproduction simulator. Woohoo! Sonic and yeah. Ant on steroids simulator. Woo! Imagine for one of the missions, you have to like steal some food for some ant queen. Yeah, no, we're getting a bit. I need to stop the stream and close everything down and go for this walk. I'm getting a bit carried away, but it's quite fun. Running around the street. I'm also checking them as well. This is QA. This is what QAs do. They just run around, look at stuff. Of course, there's no systematic, checking of things. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. 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 Oh, whoa. Little pocket down here. Alright, yeah, no, thanks again. I'll see you guys next time. I might stream again this weekend, or I might stream 100% on Monday after work, so take care. See you later. We're not making an ant simulator. This is a fun bug. Whoa! There's a hole down here. That needs fixing. Players are gonna get... Well, yeah, maybe players won't let them get this far out, but... Oh, let me see where that hole is. Oh yeah, okay. Landscape needed. Oh, the train. I want to see the train before I go. Wow, that train looks impressive as an ant. Nice. And then what does it look like from over here? Oh, I need to move the motel a little bit. It's in the way of our little vista bit. Oh, yes! You see it? That's cool. Low poly train. No, that's the final assets. What are you talking about? Ready for release. Yeah, I'm actually going to go now. Alright, peace. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye.